What it do, my streaming crew? It is I, the one, the only, the art of the P to the L to the O. It's pronounced Pilo if you didn't know. Mr. L for some of you. Some of you it's probably just Larios. Some of you is like, yo, dude, random dude. Saw you here. Thought I'd jump in, see what this is all about. So last episode was episode 18, and episode 18 cut off abruptly. Internet connections and whatnot and so on and so forth. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this one. But what happened on episode 18? Let's see. Can we watch what happened? Boop. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. Pretty quickly, huh? So what I ended up doing last episode is I took this photo as photo reference, and I helped you guys understand the basic shapes within the human figure, within the human body, and how it builds in together using shapes and whatnot and so forth. Which is kind of a cool concept. It really is. And there's always multiple different ways of how to draw something. Some people may totally agree with the style. Some people may not. We all end up developing our own skills, so don't sweat it. Let's just have fun with it. The chats are live, so if you want to chop it up with me, send me a message. Anything you want to talk it up while we're doing the chat, go for it. The chats are right there. But like I was saying, everything is broken down to shapes. So I'm just going to actually continue from that, and hopefully then we kind of have a full concept of idea of how it works out, whether it's this dude straight this way, this dude with the tilted head that way, but this line that I just drew down the middle, this is our line of action. Every drawing, every pose that you see will have this within it, because it lets us know kind of the way the body is going. Like for example, this guy right here, his line of action is like this. Because that's the way his body is kind of moving. That's the action, the movement is given up to us. So that's how it all works out and breaks down. So when we break it down and we talk about the breakdown, let's zoom in. So we have the human face, right? And the way I usually draw it, and if you caught any of my past episodes, then you'll be like, oh, totally, yeah, I know what you're talking about, is I say the human head is this, and then we got what I like to call our cheekbones, and then we got our jawline, and then the neck dives down, right? And it's a cylinder. So if I draw through it, you can see that it's a cylinder. I can draw through it all the way around. And then I divide it down the middle, of course. Then we got eyes, nose, mouth. And a give or take, it varies depending on the type of person you're drawing. Totally, right? A little kid would have probably the same similar shape, but less shape in their face, like so. And of course, bigger eyes, the nose, and the mouth. That did not work. If we were doing the female face, then it'd be pretty similar to the male face, minus the sharp edges, so it'd be more soft, like so. And we can still add these in there if we wanted to, but it'd be softer lines in the face, like so. Because that's just the idea with the feminine face. Male, female. Males have sharper lines and edges. The women will be softer. But again, general shapes built into all this, right? I always think of the shoulder area, the delts, as like this triangular shape right here, right? Which dives into our pit of our collarbone. And then we have like this egg shape here that builds our rib cage. This is our sternum. And then break down the arm, right? And again, if I draw through it, it's a shape. It's a sphere. Like, what? No way, dude, it's a sphere? Like, yeah, it's a sphere. And then can draw our lines of action. I've always been told that the elbows will line up to the bottom of the rib cage. or like the bottom front of the rib cage. That was not a straight line, so ignore it. But you know, we do what we do when we're all the way live, and we have our bicep, tricep area, upper part of the arm, and then this bad boy is kind of a tapered cylinder. And this dude's got really long arms. We got the hand, which is like this generic shape, but again, like if I draw through it, you know, you can see the dimension in there. You know, sausage fingers. Wee fingers. So, and as you guys, you know, dive into this art thing and get more intense and you learn more, then you'll realize that your chest actually goes into this way. And then you got like this triangular shape here, and everything just overlays on the bones. So if your arm goes up, this will go up with it, like so. But again, you know, it's these generic shapes that help build up the human figure. Damn, this dude really has some crazy like orangutan arms. God damn. That shirt is like super deceiving. Yeah, that or his shoulders are like this, so then you got one higher than lower, but it doesn't seem that way. This dude just has some pretty darn long arms. Just crazy. Really crazy. Holy bat ghosts. Dude. Must have put this guy on one of the stretch beds. But yeah, pretty simple, right? Pretty crazy, not pretty crazy, but it's just, it is these basic generic shapes. And I know I talk about this on all my streams, but the reality is that these little concepts put together will help improve what it is that is our artwork and what we do with it, right? So, you know, of course the abdomen area goes down this way. Got muscles over here to the hips. And like I said the last stream, everyone does the hip area differently. Some people will say it's this square shape. Some people say it's like this weird oval shape. And then you go from there and you build up on that, right? And then you got our taper down cylinders for the legs. Like so. And then what else? So you got the kneecap. And then lower half of the legs, your calf area, fibula, tibula type thing. They're always rounded this way and then this way. And it doesn't have to be that sharp. It all depends on style, of course. What your style might be, what you're going with, and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh? It works. You know, I can't say it doesn't work. Some of us can, so there's talented people out there that can do all this artistic magic without even building any of the structure. They just got that skill, which is pretty darn amazing. And then there's those of us that we just work at it and then bam, and we're good to go. So no harm, no foul. But again, it is, again, the idea of these generic shapes or forms that help us build the human figure. It's actually probably lower because this is his hair. We got ear, eye, nose, mouth. Cylinder for the neck. Like this dude right here, he got a long neck. This guy not so long, but his face is also longer than the other person. And this is like seriously, like honestly great practice to like figure how everything goes. It builds muscle memory, in this case hand memory, so you remember how everything draws out, right? Is what I'm doing cheating? No, like I said, it's practice. It helps build muscle memory. I had an art teacher, amazing, teaches at Art Center in Pasadena, because I'm from California, right? But I actually got to sit in one of his classes closer to home, and one of the assignments was he gave everybody sheets of male and female figures, and it was just on the muscle tissue, and we had to go trace out everything about it, build on top of that, use the color pencils to understand how the muscle pull, stretch, and all that fun stuff. But it was a good exercise because then it helped me understand the human anatomy better. What happens when they flex, when they don't flex, when they're relaxed, stuff like that. So yeah, great exercise. But again, it's these generic shapes. Like I can even say yoink 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 like this and just automatically know that this will go here somewhere. But it's this generic egg shape form that builds. Now, if you guys notice, this character, his shoulders are this way, so that means his hips will be slightly this way. Shoulders will always be opposite of the hips depending on how they're standing, right? So they're going up, hips will be this way, or vice versa. So, look at those little subtleties when you draw, when you look at pictures. I feel that going through that whole art school thing, taking all those classes, the anatomy classes, all the animation classes and everything, that I, in a sense, have like that built-in Jarvis. When I look at something, like it just mentally, it just starts breaking it apart and putting it together in shapes, which is kind of like a cool process. If you guys remember that old NBC show Chuck, it's kind of like that. All of a sudden it kicks them, and then, ooh, I know how to fight like this. Same similar concept. But again, like I said, it's these generic shapes that help build the form. And it is like pretty basic, and it's working out right if you can actually like just draw through them and they connect cleanly. This guy skipped leg day. He totally skipped leg day because look at those calves, teeny. Just have to draw him some bigger calves, and then that's the little bone on the foot, ball, yoink, yoink. There's your foot, and it's all again generic. It's all shapes. It is all shapes that help build this stuff together. And of course, some of it is in some form of perspective, which is another amazing lesson. And I still, practice the whole perspective thing, because perspective is a son of a... Well, you get it. We'll keep it Disney. But it is a pain in the butt, man. You can only fake it so much with perspective, and then after a while, people are like, what in the world just happened with that? So yeah, that's kind of like the breakdown. If you look at it and understand it and you see it, it is, these shapes that come together and give us our human form. This is literally all of us right here, these shapes. I'm going to tell you guys right now, none of these body shapes are mine. I nowhere fit that. I am probably more like, like this. Because I enjoy the occasional donut. Kind of like that, right? It's funny because it's like kind of like a bean. A little bean shape. And trust me, there's some artists that will draw the human figure, and if it's to a side, and they'll use the bean model. And like that way, like this way. Arm out on the hips. Oh yeah, now what? What'd you say, Miss Thing? Oh no, you didn't. But even as simple as that, you can see there's a lot of life in that already. Maybe we might have to move the head up a little bit to give it more oomph. But again, it's those basic little small little shapes that help us develop our characters, right? Even if I was drawing like a Spider-Man or a Superman, an Iron Man, a Thor, a Homer Simpson, those shapes, regardless of realistic anatomy or cartoon anatomy still play into effect. They really do. So I'm hoping you're enjoying this little session. So they'll go live on a Wednesday when I usually either go Tuesday or Thursday. Then I remembered I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so that might make it a little tough. So let's just randomly drop on today because I have a free minute today. But like I said, the chats are open. If you guys have any questions, you want to hit me up, be like, hey, how do you do this? Or hey, are you doing Inktober? Yes, I am doing Inktober. Today was roasted, and I can't wait to post that on Instagram so you guys can all see what I did for the roasted concept. Also, most of my Inktober's, the goal is for the whole month of Inktober, which is October, to do all my prompts in a Simpson-esque style, if not using the Simpsons. So that's kind of the goal. That's kind of the plan for the Inktober. But like I said, the chats are open all the way live. Hit me with your best shot. See what I did there? Let me know what you guys want to see in future streams, because I will totally consider it. And I don't know why that just happened on the screen, but it should flip back over pretty soon. But I will totally consider it, taking into thought, and plan it out so that I can give you guys the best information possible. Why not, right? Why not? So let me show you guys a couple of things that I'm working on right now. Let's go back to my gallery. We're done with that little breakdown. If you have any questions, come back, post it on the chat. If you're on YouTube, leave it in the comments. If you are not following yet, what are you waiting for? Like, seriously, what? And like this stuff, share it, tell a friend, post it on one of your social media accounts. Be like, yo, this dude's pretty cool. Hopefully that's what you guys think. It is what it is. Like right now, I am doing this for a family member. Dinosaur riding the bike, using technology. And this is my first crack at tackling the idea of drawing a dinosaur. I enjoy dinosaurs. They're cool. I've seen the Jurassic Park movies. The Velociraptors are amazing. But they're a bitch to draw. Sorry, guys. I just had to. So, yeah. Sweet Inktober. Pictures in my head. Yeah, usually sometimes the Inktober things are, I get it, pictures in your head. And now I'm just responding to the chat because people will be chatting. What up, Jesus? But like I was saying, dinosaurs are a pain in the butt to draw. Even if I broke them down to shapes, which I did, and I have multiple layers of trying to figure out this dino out, and the whole bicycle thing out. But yeah, it's crazy. Drawing dinosaurs, trying to give them human tendencies, it ain't easy, man. But I stepped up to the challenge. I was like, you know what, you're a family member, I'll do this. But yeah, tackling a dinosaur and trying to get the feel of their rough, crazy texture and all that fun stuff. And as I look at this, I'm like, what is going on with some of my lines? Like, this should not be here. But yeah, it's been quite interesting to work with this dino. And since I'm not like doing your traditional just straight lines the whole way, it kind of does give it that rough little vibe. And I've been staring at dinosaur pictures. It's not like, oh my god, dinosaurs. But it's crazy to see all the little texture that goes into these guys, the rough skin that they have. And in reality, when I color it, there's going to be like that whole separation in skin colors, because it's almost like when you look at a shark, the bottom of the shark is like a lighter color compared to the top. So they have that similarity as well, that certain parts of them have that same idea, same concept. And my dino may not be to the T, but it still looks pretty cool. A dinosaur on a cell phone, man. Who would have thought that? A dino on a cell phone. Yeah, cool, right? But like I said, I went with the Velociraptor. It became my favorite dinosaur after watching the Jurassic Park movies. It was just a badass. Not saying like the T-Rex in them ain't ain't a badass in themselves, but obviously the movie introduced us to more dinos, and that was cool too. I almost want to give him like a nostril here, but I gotta go back and look at some more reference to see if that actually exists for him. Like, why wouldn't it, right? How would they not breathe? But, you know, you want to keep it as accurate as possible. That's one cool thing that the iPad's giving me the ability to be more digital. So I get to increase my comfort zone with this art stuff. And I gotta figure out the eye. Did I make it all black on the inside? I don't know. But, you know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool concept to tackle something that you don't usually do. This is the typical superhero cartoon theme that I draw. And I think that's what made it fun. That's what's making this challenge fun, is that it's not my typical cup of tea. And it's kind of cool looking. In reality, I noticed that some of the dino texture, it's kind of like this. But I'm just, you know, yes, I'm kind of making it up, but it actually works with the idea of the dino. Let me make that bigger. But it's a cool little concept. It's a cool little project to add all this little texture. I gotta come back and redo the circle, but yeah, and the hands or the claws, whatever you want to call them, these crazy pieces of body that they have. And they crazy, man. They crazy. Boop. And their hands have the same similar texture as their body. Or their claws. I don't know, why the hell do I keep calling them hands? Like, in reality, they wouldn't even be able to reach the handlebars on a bike. Why did I get asked to draw a dinosaur on a bicycle? That's a question to probably never be answered later. And like most of my drawings, I do everything on separate layers, so I don't confuse things. Like, my colors will be its own layer and stuff like that. But make sure I'm on my inks. I usually label things. I don't know why I didn't today. Inks. But yeah, I usually label stuff so I know what is what and why in the world did I do that. But yeah, that's a cool thing. Like with Procreate, I get this cool option where I can pull a line out like so and just hold it. It'll actually make it straight for me. So if my hand's shaky, I'll just hold it and then bam, I got my bike frame. Like, this one's probably should be up higher like so. And this one too. And of course you gotta do all the sprocket and stuff with the bike. But, you know, going live on a Wednesday, why not? Yeah, why not? Keeping pretty steady with my viewers. A max of 2. That is awesome, because I think I've maxed that at 3 at the best. And I'm, you know, I've been told, you know, as long as you keep at it, you keep grinding, things will happen. And I'm gonna let things happen on their own. Ain't gonna rush it. Just gonna have fun with this and get you guys as much insightful information as possible. And you guys keep coming back. You turn on those notifications, and we keep having fun on this live stuff. Could be playing Fortnite for you guys, but I kind of suck at the game. Yeah, well, I don't suck. I'm not a ninja. I'm not a Nick Merckx. So, yeah, I just name dropped. Those guys are badasses. I'm just not them. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Man, yeah, I'm just not them. Yes, I just drew through the foot of the dino. It's okay. I'll just get my eraser, zoom in, and clear out the lines I don't need, and shrink it down. Shrink it down some more. if I want to. In reality, the dino's nails are black, so I can paint them black. He's got black nail polish, guys. Oh my god, black nail polish, no. But yeah, the dinosaur's got black nail polish. Okay, maybe not, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna critique the dinosaur if he wanted to rock black nails. Let him go with his bad self. Just give him a little highlight there. Little nail shine. In reality, I'd come back and add another 2 in here. Because this big foot probably has like another one this way. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. And then, because these guys' nails, they're pretty jagged. Pretty crazily messed up. Actually, I'm going to wipe this line out because I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to wipe it out because I can. And I'll just come back in and kind of do a little unconnected line scribble. And I did like the jaggedy, not straight lines on purpose because it's a dinosaur. They have all this crazy texture in them. It's a ginormous lizard. But that's probably the toughest thing about this is looking at photos of dinosaurs and trying to take on the challenge of doing something I've never done before. Probably get like some paleontologist to hit me up and be like, yeah dude, it doesn't look like that. Sorry dude. But it is what it is. Having fun with the little velociraptor. I'll come give him another toe later. But yeah, it's just, you know, one of the projects I'm working on. Got my wolf pack that I'm working on for a logo design. I did Sleeping Homer in a meeting because that's just how excited I felt in that meeting. So gotta finish this one. Got my whole set of live streams, my character designs. But like I said, whether you're following me on Twitch or you're following me on the tube of you, you know, whether it's a comment or in the chat, you know, if you got any suggestions for what you might want to see in the future, drop them there, and I'll come back at you with you guys with that information and then some, and we'll have fun with it. But hopefully this guy right here helped you guys with a breakdown. I believe in the gallery of live streams, I have done the human head. I don't know why I labeled it dudette, but I have done the human head and how it works out. Kind of little idea for the lips right here. Not drawing anything right here. But again, you know, as I continue to go over these and we talk about them and streams, here's those shapes. Here's a shape. These become shapes. So it's real talk, man. These shapes are real. They actually come together and build us some amazing things, like this venom. Let's hit replay on this and see what happens. That's upside down. There we go. So I start off drawing Darkwing Duck. Again, basic shapes for the duck. Basic shapes for the side of the mouth and the bill. And ta-da! Darkwing Duck. Old school Disney people, you gotta know what this is, right? And then I did side face profile. Again, there's your circle, your lines to help build the front profile, and then I broke it down and started improvising on the fly. And then we have Venom coming to life. And then again, so you guys can see the structure better. But, you know, it's just how I was taught to draw and how to put things together. Whether we're drawing from photo reference to create Booster Gold, or we're using photo reference to draw Zatanna. And here's our breakdown, right? Here's a girl, and we tweaked it out. We did our thing with it, And ta-da. So let's see what happens with Zatanna. Line of action again. Basic shapes. Elbows to lower rib cage. Just tapered arms for the cylinders. Again, basic shapes, guys. And then, bam. Put the photo away. We use muscle memory. Bring it back to life. Make some minor adjustments. And again, the shapes. We build up our character's outfit on top of the shapes that we built. Sometimes wish I could draw this fast. Like, damn. And 42 seconds later, and then some, we have ourselves Zatanna. Pretty cool. I actually like going back and watching these to see where I could improve, where I messed up, what adjustments I have to make. Like, I think I got to come back and adjust that hat. I'm just not feeling it. But again, like I said, you know, in future chats, actually future streams, not future chats, future streams, hit up the comments on YouTube, hit the chat up on my streams, and be like, hey dude, how about this? Can you tackle this? Can you tackle that? And let's work with it, right? And that's what I've done with all these. These have all been kind of little breakdowns of what I've been teaching you guys, and I appreciate you guys tuning in when you can tune in, because I love you guys for that. I really do. But like I said, hit it up in the chat, hit it up in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. You know, drop the information there. Hit me up with that, and then I'll come back with you guys on the next stream and tackle that concept, tackle that idea for us, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna wrap it up now and say thank you guys. I haven't said thank you enough, but thank you guys. I love you guys for tuning in with me, and I'll catch you guys possibly tomorrow, if not next week, Tuesday or Thursday, 4 p.m. ish. This is Art of Pilo, Mr. L, the Larios, the teacher dude, signing off. Love you guys. Catch you later.